bar driver for the next 2 weeks. Make sure you're nice and comfortable. Make sure everyone stays seated. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle. Hang on to all valuables. And with that, make sure, of course, all little ones stay seated. Make sure that, of course, all adults stay seated. Make sure you're not passing anyone back and forth. That is not safe, nor is it necessary. With that, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, now we're starting off this tour here in the Ituri Forest. It's going to be home to creatures like that bird on the left-hand side. That's called a saddle-billed stork. When they mate, they do mate for life. On the right is usually where the okapi hangs out. However, it's a little bit too cool for the okapi to hang out with us. With that, the okapi is a giraffe's only known relative. They're listed above your head on the animal spotting guide. It looks like half a deer and half of a zebra. It's 100% related to the giraffe. Keep in mind, these animals weren't discovered up until the year 1901. Before that, they're believed in African myth. They granted wishes and brought really good luck. Of course, they cannot actually grant wishes, but with that, that's a part of the myth. We're gonna keep on going here, looking around for anyone else on the left-hand side. Typically on the left, we would look for a couple of black rhinos. I do not see any currently. Now, black rhinos are hairless creatures, so of course they get cold very easily. They may also be hiding from the cold as well. And they are pretty rare. There are less than 5,500 of them left in the world. This is the culture for their horns. Those horns are made out of keratin, and we have keratin in both our hair and fingernails. So it's not that rare or special. To help protect them, just make sure you buy eco-friendly products. Alright, looking both the left and right hand side. Not seeing anyone here, so we're gonna keep on going. Now, since we are still here in East Africa, it does make sense if I give you guys a couple of Swahili words along the way. Swahili is going to be the official language for East African countries. That's countries like Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, but not Wakanda. That's going to be something very different. The first Swahili phrase I have for you guys means good morning. It's going to be habari za asubuhi. Slower, it's going to be habari za asubuhi. So with that, friends, good morning to you guys, and good morning to whatever animals are up and awake. On the right hand side, I'm seeing a couple of birds. These birds are called pink-backed pelicans. They do turn pink only in their backs during mating season. On the left, these are Nile hippos. And they weigh about 5,000 pounds. They eat about 90 pounds of vegetation a day because hippos have 3 stomachs. The girls will cuddle together in a very big group. Males hang out in a very small group or just a pairing. In Swahili, either way, they're going to be called kiboko. That's kiboko. Coming up on the left-hand side, we're going to go for a look at some very cool animals. In Swahili, they're called mamba. These are known as Nile crocodiles. And they get to be about 8 inches maybe long with a jaw pressure of 2,000 pounds per square inch. They can be counted by the weight in one feeding, and they weigh anywhere between 500 to 1,000 pounds. In Swahili, they're called mamba, or again, mambani. Now, as you guys have seen here, the animals call both the waters and the lands their homes. That's why it's really important to be able to protect their homes. Now, it's actually very easy to do that. Just make sure you throw away your trash, either in trash cans or recycling bins. They're from the ground or on the waters. Now, let's keep on going for a very good look at whoever's coming up in the next area. We're going to be heading to the savannah. It's home to some very popular creatures. Now, on the right-hand side, keep in mind that savannah can go through several droughts in just 1 year. So when that happens, of course, the area can be hard for the animals to find water on the ground. This tree on the right is going to be a baobab tree. The baobab tree gets to be about 3,000 years old. It can serve up to 1,000 gallons of water inside of its trunk by going leafless for 9 months out of the year. Animals with horns or tusks can then once again brush up against this tree and drink water from it. That's why it's called the tree of life. It's called the upside down tree because it looks like a root sticking up from the ground. And it's called the Rafiki tree because in the Lion King movies, Rafiki was hanging out in the baobab tree. Yes, I'm very cold. Alright. And we're going to keep on going here, friends, and looking on the right-hand side. We're going to be seeing the incline cattle. Those horns are about 5 to 6 feet long. Inside those horns are blood vessels. Keep the animals full. Now, back in the day, they used to be used as dowries for marriage, but today they can still be viewed as wealth symbols. The more you have, the richer you are. On the left-hand side, usually where the hyenas and or the African wild dogs will hang out together or separate. Keep in mind, African wild dogs and hyenas are not the same thing at all. African wild dogs are in the dog family. Hyenas have their own family. Looks like, once again, these animals are going to be hiding. Coming up on the left-hand side, we're going to be again seeing the ankling cattle, but this time in a better view. Alright, coming on up, let's see if we can find any more animals hanging out here. With that, I'm looking over on the far left-hand side. Maybe even find a few wildebeest every now and again. Wildebeest are very shy creatures. Now, typically they're actually called wildebeest because that's an Afrikaans word that translates to English as being wild beasts. They call it that because they look intimidating. Really, they're very friendly and very shy creatures. In addition to the wildebeest, we may be able to get a nice glimpse of the springbok coming up on the right-hand side. Springbok are only about 3 feet tall at the shoulder. They can leap 6 feet into the air from the same position and run 55 to 60 miles an hour. I see it.
Did you see these? Oh, there's good milk. Oh my gosh. This side. They were not.
You are 100% correct. They are not coming on. No, that's actually, she's very much right. With that, let's keep on going for a very good look and see what else is coming on now. Looking on both the left and right hand sides. Not really seeing anyone here. Typically on the left you find mandrills, on the right you find the African elephant. Both are mostly hairless creatures. The mandrills have a very thin layer of fur, but with that they can be extra sensitive to cold, especially now that they have 2 babies in the area. On the right, again, not really seeing anything over here. Again, elephants are hairless creatures, so they will of course cuddle together to find warmth. Keep in mind, of course, African elephants are able to endure very hot temperatures. When it comes to cold, they like to stay inside. Alright, let's keep on going for more creatures. Now, maybe you can find a couple of elephants coming up in the next area. We'll see. Now, we'll definitely see a couple of baobab trees, and of course the baobab trees do symbolize elephants. Elephants can use the trees as a back scratcher, as a resting spot, or a safe place to give birth. Speaking of giving birth, elephants have the longest pregnancies of all land mammals, lasting for about 2 years. The babies are born weighing about 200 to 300 pounds per single birth. For twins, they can weigh anywhere between 150 and 250 pounds per baby. Again, that's for elephant pregnancies. They can have single births or twins. Yet to hear about triplets, but one day. left are ducks.
Hands up a little bit.
Typically they're from Florida, but they live here now. On the left, flamingos. Alright, friends, so on the left-hand side, these are going to be the great flamingos. They turn pink after 2 years eating beta-carotene. The warden there is here to make sure everyone stays safe. In Swahili, the word flamingo is going to be the word hero. So, of course, look at the shape of the island. You might just see one of our heroes. It is Mickey Mouse.
I don't know, kahit na rin yung senso.
What?
The Mickey. Huh? I was the Mickey. Shine. I don't know if I got any attention.
Alright, guys, let's keep on going and see who else is coming on up. Now, on the far left-hand side, I'm seeing what looks to be a mud walla. Typically, the white rhinos love to roll around in the mud. White rhinos weigh about 5,000 to 7,000 pounds. The black rhino we looked for earlier weighed about 3,000 pounds. Black rhinos hang out by themselves. White rhinos will hang out in a big group. The group is usually called a crash. Now, as we keep on going, keep in mind the main difference between a black rhino and the white rhino is actually very simple. It's going to be the fact that they can again hang out in groups when they're white rhinos. Also, white rhinos are a lot bigger. So, of course, if you ever look at them, you'll be able to simply tell the difference just by looking at which one's bigger and which one has a bigger group or is by themselves. On the left-hand side, typically where the cheetahs like to hang out. Now, cheetah in Swahili is the word duma. They go from 0 to 70 miles an hour in just under 10 seconds. They can hold that speed for 30 seconds to a minute and cross 2 football fields in just 1 minute. Cheetahs cannot roar, instead they meow like a giant house cat. They are the biggest animal known to be able to purr. Coming up on the left-hand side, we're going to be looking for the lions. Lions do like to sleep all day. They go hunting at night. Females do the hunting. The males stay back and he protects the pride. Now keep in mind he does this because he has a very big mane. That big mane weighs about 40 to 50 pounds in just dry hair. Coming up on the right-hand side will be a couple of the water bucks, or in Swahili, kuru. These are all three going to be females, and they have a superpower that no one knows about. Now, the superpower is going to be that whenever they sense that there's a predator in the area, they run straight into the watering hole. Now, that water, or sorry, what that happens after that is that once their skin gets wet, they produce this oil that makes them waterproof and smells so awful that lions don't like the smell. They run away from it. So that smell does keep them safe.
Good to know.
Now, everyone here has actually smelled that smell before. Everyone says something different. For me, it smells like a cross between a wet dog and a wet cat. On the left, not really seeing any big cats over there, but you guys do know the Swahili word for lion is the word Simba. S-I-M-B-A. Simba does mean lion in Swahili. Mufasa means king or leader. Rafiki is a word that means friend. Oh yeah, so in that movie they speak a total of 4 languages. They speak English, Zulu, Swahili, and Masa. So, pretty cool. With that, more movie trivia. The very first song in the movie, it actually just says it's a lion. Yes, it's a lion. That's what they sing the entire 3 minutes. In case anybody wants to go look it up, I believe it's in Zulu. Go look it up. Have fun with that information. Now we're going to keep on going and see just... Oh, haha, just kidding. Look on the right. Not frozen just yet, but those are ostrich eggs. Can you see them on the ground? To the back?
You see them? Yeah.
These are ostrich eggs. Sorry, they moved the last time I was used to them being there, sorry. But each egg weighs about 3 to 3.5 pounds. They're so hard and heavy. A full-grown man can stand on top of them and they will not crack or break.
Wow.
Now we're going to keep on going here, friends, to the final area. This is typically where the wardens like to use or take a break. I'm not sure we're going to be finding any wardens hanging out here, especially not hanging out outside, but we can enjoy their nice little area. And something they have in the area is actually going to be a little beehive. So if you guys can see this little yellow container, that is going to be a beehive. It's part of our Elephants and Bees project. Very cool. Elephants do not like the sound of bees, so it usually keeps them away from crops. fun going. Because these gates here, they do signify the end of the Harambe Reserve, which also means the end of our Harambe tours. Now, it's our belief here in Harambe that what you see with your eyes, you do value in your heart, and I hope that everything that you've seen here today, that you value and take with you forever. Now, I hope that you guys are able to come back and ride the safari as many times as you like. With that, hope you guys are able to see a few more animals later on today. I cannot guarantee who's going to be coming out at what time of day. Right now, we're just basing it off of do the animals want to come out? If not, we can't move a 5,000-pound giraffe. Now, with that, hope you guys are able to again have fun checking out the animals around the park. But if you guys are going to Gorilla Falls, keep in mind Gorilla Falls will be closed today. I do recommend you guys look to the Maharaja Jungle Trek over in Asia. It's very similar. This says mean African animals, you'll see Asian animals. Alright, looks like we're almost to our unloading area. So with that, double check your rolls. Make sure you guys have everything together. If not, it'll be a very long walk back to Africa to come back and get your things.